So she would drag me to events all the time. And now I'm grateful, but when I was a kid, I hated it. I hated it. And when I turned 18, they joined this network marketing company that was a travel agency that totally went broke. And while that though, I this since I love traveling. I've been traveling since I was 6 months old. Well,
Wow.
at the beginning because of the war, we had to get out of here for a while because it got ugly. And yeah, like I've been traveling for a long time, and then I was in the my mom made me. She signed me up to this MLM, and she made me go to all the events. And I fell in love with self development events. I fell in love with the actual self development events, not the meetings and the like. And so and at that time also the comp plan. But then I realized that when I was in college, I went to college for travel. I thought I was going to be a bachelor's in tourism, and when I was there, I was miserable. And I told my mom, "Isn't college supposed to be something that is fun? That's like something I like to do." And she's like, "What do you like to do?" And I'm like, "I don't know. Let me see the what's available." On the curriculum. And I'm like, well, if I transfer, I could do this tech because I'm like a rebel and I didn't want to get a bachelor's or a like because my bio dad is all about titles. And I think that titles aren't important if experience sucks. If you are mediocre, if like and if studying is I love studying. I kept studying, but the title thing. So I was like, oh, there's this career that's event planning. I'm like, that sounds interesting. That sounds like fun. And I was like, I've been going to events, and my mom also did events, right? We had to do events for network marketing. So I was like, maybe I could do that for a living. And that's how I got into studying events. And yeah, that's how I got there for
That
in-person
sounds
event.
great.
Yeah,
So you had a great mom who put you on a path to your career.
that pushed me
That's
and
still good
forced
because
me and took me whining. But yes,
we're
she's a
laughing,
she's
but
a
you're really good at
mompreneur.
what
So
you do.
yes, I'm so glad she did. Yes,
Yeah,
a
that's
hundred percent.
good.
Yeah,
So how did you find the move, or did you move from in person to virtual?
I didn't completely move. um, I transferred into doing in virtual because I went to the university, right, to study event tourism and then event planning, but I didn't finish my career. So I was missing one course because I flunked it, and that's another story. But without a title and broke and went back to a call center, and like I had anxiety, and then I had to quit again because I got an anxiety attack, and I was like, hell no, no, I'm not solving other people's problems. Like I need to put on my business. And I went back to finish because I knew that that was lagging, right? And I started doing virtual assisting because my mom said, like, another time my mom has pushed me. She's like, we're going to pay for the college and rent. The rest, it's up to you. If you eat, if you don't eat, if you go out, if you don't go out, if you buy clothes, if like essentials. And I'm like, okay. So I got into virtual events, no, virtual assisting. And then in 2019, again, my mom, like, she's been like every step of the way for my career. She was like, I'm going to join this program with Shanda Sumter. Do you know Shanda?
I do not.
Oh, well, she teaches list building and her strategy summits.
Okay.
Okay, that in a nutshell. So she was like, I'm gonna start recommending you because you're a super great web designer. Because in my virtual assistant path, I learned how to do websites, funnels, I learned how to do graphic design, I learned how to do ads, I learned how to do content. Like I learned everything. So I was like, okay. And then I was like, light bulb moment. Wait a minute, virtual? I've been going to virtual events. Why haven't I decided to put them together? So it was like pivotal. In 2019, I started producing virtual summits. And now I'm producing also 3-day live events. And I'm keeping the in Mexico, El Salvador, since it's hot El Salvador right now with the Bitcoin thing. I'm like, hey, come see where I live, and come have a transformational event. So and probably hybrid in the future. Now, hybrid is doing 2 events at the same time, and I don't feel ready. I would have to like hire a team, and I know some colleagues that do it, so I know who to call. But I'm like, I don't feel ready for that yet. Yeah.
Oh,
So
that- that-
2019, and that's how I got into it.
okay, that sounds pretty good though. The corporate retreats, especially in El Salvador, it sounds really nice. Is that where you take them?
Well, I'm gonna start planning. As I already started calling my dream team, and they're all saying yes.
Cool.
So that's awesome. Yay. And also in Mexico, because I know that a lot of Americans, they're like still like, no, El Salvador, no. But when you say Mexico, they're like, yes, even though it's more dangerous. I'm just saying.
I've never been to either one. I've met people from both places and they all seem like they're cool people. So I don't
We're cool
really know what the
people.
deal is because I don't watch the news.
Don't watch the news. That's a great thing. I like that about you. That's why we get along.
Hooray.
No.
So doing the virtual assistance gig and you've already been to virtual events, and how did you come to the conclusion that you need to put virtual events together with marketing?
Because I've been doing marketing since 2015, 16, when I got into my own MLM. When I came back from the university, I came back 25 pounds overweight because I had some personal issues and I eat my feelings. So ask me if I'm okay when I'm not gaining weight because I eat my feelings. So, but I'm working on it. I figure it out. So that's been my journey, like my self-help mental journey, that I'm like, oh, okay, so this is what I'm doing. I had to be more conscious of what I'm doing. But the pandemic, there's so many other things that happen. But I was like, virtual events changed my business when I joined actually Blue and Berry's event, the Sage Management event.
Okay.
It was like I was producing virtual summits, right? But I was just doing the VA work of it, right? Just like the websites, and I helped her to monetize. I helped all my clients to monetize their summits because you're not going to do all that work and not get paid.
Yeah.
Not on my watch.
I
Not on
read on
my watch.
your LinkedIn profile that you help people set up events within 3 days.
No, 3-day events.
Oh, okay.
Not in 3 days, but yes, we could plan it all in 3 days. In a retreat, of course, in a workshop, we could totally do that in an event. Plan it, but not produce it, and not market it. We need time for marketing. We need time for planning. So, and we're struggling in the marketing side. And I've been working with marketing because I was marketing my own products. I came overweight. I joined an MLM to lose weight. I got really skinny, really hot, real fast. And I was like, hell. But your testimony takes you so far. You had to do attraction marketing. And I joined Miley System Pro, and I learned all the marketing tools there. And I was like, in college also, I had marketing classes. So like it all makes sense. And I'm like, oh, events are part of marketing. And then I saw my clients struggle with marketing their events online. And I was like, do this, do that, do that. And they were like, no, I don't want to be in camera. No, I don't want to do TikTok. No, I don't want to do reels. No, I don't want to blah, 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 blah. Because those clients are professionals and they are they're very successful offline, very successful offline, and they just want to transfer that online. And they're in an age group older that they're like, no, I don't want to do video. And I'm like, please, you need to do video. If you're going to be doing an event, you need to be on video. So, what's the
Yes.
problem of your event on video before the event starts?
Yes.
Like, get over yourself. But, since they were not paying me to market their event and like push them to do that, I was like, I don't work for free. I'm not going to be convincing anybody that doesn't need, I don't convince, I don't chase. If you're going to understand eventually that when you take marketing seriously and you take the time to do it, because people tell me, oh, can we do an event for next month? I mean, we can, but should we?
Yeah.
Should we?
Yeah.
Is it smart? Is it, are we going to be running around like chickens? Are we going to have to be herding cats if we have speakers? If we have speakers, you better take 90 days. Even if it's live, because you have to make sure everybody has that time of the day in their agenda available to come live. Mostly if you come live, more than 90 days. More than 90 days. Because you don't see Dingraciosi or like the big speakers, right, saying like, oh, I have space in my agenda to talk. They tell you, I'm booked till 2023.
Yes.
So I saw the need in the marketing and I'm like, okay. And also, since I'm very, very techie, very, very techie, I've been doing chatbots too. And I'm obsessed with doing chatbots because they are like my virtual assistant without having a virtual assistant.
That's cool.
And I started implementing it. And last summit we did with one of my favorite clients, she finally agreed to add SMS. So, yay, baby steps. Baby steps. So, but I think marketing is so important, right? That to land on that answer on the question, because when we are creating that excitement, people show up. And at the end, everybody asked me, Anna, I don't know if you get this question, Erica, but like, how do I get butts in seats?
Yeah.
How do I get someone to stay 12 hours with me on a Zoom meeting? Oh, you can do it. It's magic. People don't want to leave. People don't want to leave. You have no idea. You haven't been to those events. They haven't experienced that community, that connection, that entertainment, that education. We're so hungry to learn, all these people, and we're all on the same goal, on the same mission. It's like powerful.
Yeah.
And from all over the world. So it's like, if you take your time with marketing and exciting people and nurturing them before the event, they're going to show up excited.
Yeah. Yes.
They're going to tell everybody. They're going to plan their meals because you're going to tell them to plan their meals. They're going to tell everybody to let them alone because you're going to set expectations. So I think that I'm upset. I'm a marketing nerd and a nerd in general. And I love events, and I think it's so important that right now we create experiences that are safe and a safe space so that we can heal. There's so much collective trauma going on that, like, it's necessary, and we cannot pretend like, oh, I'm just going to post it 2 times and it's going to work.
Yeah, I've met those folks before.
Me too. Hey, I made so many rookie mistakes. Horrible. Like, when you're doing it for yourself and for your business, it's harder.
Yes.
You
Yeah,
always need
because
a coach.
and we
You
know too
always need
much.
help.
Yeah.
You always need.
And so many variations of models that you can implement. And it's like, no, 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 no. Just try to keep it simple. It's funny. I tell the people I work with, you keep it simple and it'll work out. But when I try to plan something for myself, it's got to be, oh, so extravagant. I'm like, oh, so with the event marketing, how do you get your clients to trust and believe you, since they did hire you, they're paying for your expertise? How come you still have to convince them, because I have to do that too, that they should do video, they should pre-promote, they should promote it all?
I okay, I don't beat around the bush. So I have an honest conversation with them, heart to heart.
Yeah.
And I'm going to warn them, and I'm going to ask them first, can't hurt your feelings. You're not going to like what I'm going to have to say. It's going to hurt your feelings. It's going to hurt your ego. Are you ready for this? This is not about you. And they're like, what? You doing video is not about you. It's about the people that need to listen to your message. And they're like, what? For them. And I had to tell them, I had to remind them about their vision. I had to remind them about their mission. I'm not there to convince them. I tell them, look, you hired me for a reason. Now, these previous clients, they didn't hire me for marketing. So, they were not ready. And even though I try to tell them, right, I can't convince someone that, doesn't want to grow
Yeah.
yet. Everybody's in their own journey. So you also have to
Yeah.
listen to them. You have to listen to them, and I don't only do event planning and tech. I help you with your mindset and to detox. We have to check ourselves and what we're doing and how we're reacting and what we like and we don't like, and why do we keep doing things we don't like, right? Why do we keep holding things to so much background work and so much self-image. And then I tell them about the self-image. I tell them, why don't you want to do video? Why don't you like yourself? What's up? And then I become a psychologist. I'm sorry, I'm not a psychologist. I don't have a title. I wish I would have be smarter when I was a kid, because I love that. I would have studied it. But I do have a heart to heart with them. And I tell them that, it's a self-image thing. It's a self-image thing. Do you think you need to lose 20 pounds? Do you think you have to be super... I wanted to put on all the makeup and get super ready, but time run away from me. Am I... So? It's not about me. It's about the commitment I made to Erica, that I had to be here. And then it's about you, that you're listening. And yes, if you want to do all those things to look prettier, that's okay. But you have to ask yourself why. And you have to start with self-love. And then I have one of my besties. She, her clients, she works with them with self-love and perfect self-expression. She does soul prosperity. And I have her create some things with my clients, like guided meditations, and if they want hypnosis, EFT, so that they can do that before they get into video.
Okay. That sounds really
so
helpful.
I have the resources because I know how hard it is. And I tell them, you can go look at my video on YouTube. It's on my secret YouTube channel. I started a new one. I was so bad. But go look at it. I can give you the link. It was terrible.
Hearing you say that and working with your friends, that would be a great course, like how to get ready to host an event, the things you need to do, or top 5 things you need to do to get ready for an event, and that's get your mindset right. That'd be nice. I meet so many people who I tell them or I present them with event models. And it's like, yeah, I want that one. And I was like, well, this is all the things you need to do for this model to work for you. I was like, oh, I don't want to do that. Like, but you want this model, right? Yes. These are the things you need to do. I'm like, I don't want to do that. I was like, do you want to keep that model? So, yeah.
I laugh so hard because when I created my planner, I also created a 222 plus checklist.
Wow.
Hey, you want to do a summit? You want to have sponsors? You want to have affiliates? You want to have all these things and things and things and things and things? It adds the task list.
Yeah.
You just said it. Like, this is the model. This is what it takes.
I was trying to be smart. Excuse me. I made a 10-point checklist, and then I gave it to people. And I was like, they told me that each of these steps have numerous steps within them. I was like, yeah. I was like, but there's help available. And it's like, all of these steps should be courses. I was like, oh, courses. It was like, you got to think that everybody is not an event planner. Some people are just business coaches who want to host an event. I was like, oh yeah, well, okay. So now I'm going through my list to break it up to have courses. So yeah. It's like, wow. So
I mean, yeah, if they want courses, sure, but you shouldn't be learning another skill when you should just be shining on your zone of genius.
Yeah, I want them to host events. I want them to host events 3 times a year. I'm sorry, 4 times a year, every 3 months. And I want them to host the same event every 3 months, 4 times a year, so they can get used to it and know that it's not, because the more you do it.
The first one is the scariest.
Yes, that's true.
And I tell people, look, I was tired. I love speaking on stage. I that's another thing I discovered. In school, they always made me do like presentations, right? I was so afraid in school. But then when I grew up, I was like, this is an awesome skill. Thank you. Right? I'm like, I love speaking on stages and I don't want to have to be begging to be on other people's stages. I'm going to build my own. And as an event planner, I started building my own. I did 2 events here in El Salvador with my best friend Jelena. She's the content strategist for marketing, content marketing, and we taught to entrepreneurs locally in Spanish. So I translated her thing, and then I did my thing in Spanish, and we had 2 awesome events, packed events. It was so awesome, right?
It sounds like you have amazing friends.
Hey, you gotta make connections and relationships.
It's true.
That's how it works. It's relationships, and events are relationships. And I think that's why it's hard, Erica, for your clients and mine understand that relationships take tasks because it sounds like boring.
Yeah. But I love networking. In my mastermind group, I tell my members that I want to be the best linchpin there ever was. Like, I want to help them make connections so they can host great events. Yeah.
It's all about who you know.
Yeah. I went to school for graphic design, and my favorite graphics teacher, he said, it is not what you know. What you know might get you an interview, but who you know will get you the job. It's like, what you know might get you in the door, get the job, but it's who you know that will let you keep that job when they bring in new people.
And then who you know will get you further in your career inside the company.
Yeah.
Or in business. It works the same.
Yeah. Like, even with your own business, you can move so much further when you're with a group of people. It's like we're the average of the 5 people we're around the most. I think that's true.
And I think we cannot do events by ourselves.
Oh yeah, it's so much harder when you do it by yourself. My first event was by myself. Yeah. Even pre-recorded. I set everything up and
Still is a
even
lot. No.
yes. Even with the speakers being pre-recorded, it was still a lot.
Running like a chicken, right?
Yes, that's exactly what I was doing.
Oh, I did it too. I've done my
How was
last
your
two
first
summits
event?
all by myself. All by myself. It's like, don't think that we're not like, it's hard, but it's worth it.
Yeah,
It's 100% worth it.
yeah.
People ask me, oh, events are so hard. And I'm like, marketing is so hard. You know what's hard? Being broke.
Yeah,
You know what's hard? Not knowing anybody and being isolated and going into depression. That's hard.
yep.
You rather be doing that?
Like pick
I rather
one.
not. And then
Like,
I used to say that I loved more animals than people. I mean, I love animals, but we have to love people too.
yeah,
We get
yeah.
to,
You know,
actually.
I was gonna say, my time here, I've met plenty of great people. I think way more than bad, and I've met a lot of people that are willing to help me, like willing to come on the show and tell their story, and I love that. They always give great insights and nuggets. It's like how you were saying, people who don't want to be on video, you just gotta love yourself, and this video is not for you; it's for your audience who needs to hear it. I love that. So,
It's a labor of love.
yeah.
And
So,
if we
how
treat
was
it,
your
yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry, you go ahead.
No, 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 go ahead.
Okay. How was your first virtual event compared to your first in-person event?
Wow. Well, my first in-person event, I did a social event. I did a graduation party. Um
Oh,
it was for, no, not graduation party. High school reunion party. That was like in business, but in college, I transformed with my partners. We transformed the whole classroom into a luxury rugby bar because rugby
ooh,
was popular back then. There was the World Cup for rugby, and Argentina was in the finals. So we used that to create, and then mixed it with like there was this bar locally that was called Locos por el Fútbol, like crazy for soccer. And we were like, oh, we can use that, crazy for rugby. And since rugby, it's more elegant and more like it, not on the field, I mean, outside the field. It's more elegant. It's more like we decided to like posh it up and we got sponsors and everything. It was so much fun. And we won an award. And then my virtual event, I did it all by myself and it was so hard. It was so hard. The other one was easier because I had my friend, my partner. She was my best friend back then, and we worked together really good. I love working with people that compliment me because I can trust them that they can do their job well. And when I did my virtual event, I did it all by myself, but it was fun as well because I built relationships, right? I'm very friendly. So, and very bubbly, so people like get attracted to me. And I'm also I love to serve as well, right? I ask people how I can help them, what I can do for them, who I can connect them with. So when I asked for a favor, everybody poured in. I was
nice.
like, yeah, it was so fun. It was like, oh my gosh, that's so awesome. So, since I was doing chatbots and I was chatbots, I decided to mix both, and that's why I do that in my own events. I add my chatbots and omni-channel communication. But I was like, I should do a chatbots for coaches summit, and that's what I did. That's what I called it. That's what it's called. That's actually even the um, domain, chatbots for coaches. And I was like so happy because I talked to the speakers, that the bot creators that did Dean Graciosi's and Tony's bot. that crashed the internet, and they made like I don't know how many $1 million. It was so cool, right? And that's because
Yeah.
of my connections. And I also, because I posted it on the group, right? And the people in the community are very serving. They're very nice as well. Like nobody, like there's a very good like community that we all help each other. Like we don't make fun of anybody. Like everybody's learning. I really love that community in ManyChat. And I was like, I just asked everybody. It's like, can you help me? Can you hook me up? And everybody was like, yes, me. And I was like, oh, this is so exciting. So, it was fun, but it was super hard because I did it by myself and I dropped balls that I shouldn't have dropped.
Oh.
When you're juggling things, and I'm in real life, I'm a very bad juggler. I drop things. I drop shit all the time. Like my friends, they scold me because I broke my phone again. But in real life, right? And when we're doing an event, I tell people it's like juggling because I heard this metaphor and it's perfect. We have balls that are rubber and balls that are crystal. When we're doing project management, when we're doing anything that involves managing a lot of people. So you have to juggle things, right? And sometimes you
Yeah.
have to let some balls drop and
Oh,
break. And some we have to let them drop and bounce back for later. But sometimes we don't catch that ball for later
yeah. Yeah.
because we don't have enough time, because we're trying to run like chickens, trying to do it all ourselves, putting all our hats, because we refuse to let other people help us because we're like, oh no, that's too expensive. What? You know how much ROI you're going to make? Are you kidding? This is pennies on the dollars. I should be charging you 20, 50% of what you're making. What the heck? Like,
I
no.
will tell you that I was afraid to ask for help when I first started, was because I was afraid to let someone else's work represent me,
Me
represent
too.
my name. And I was
Hmm.
like, oh, I don't know if you're gonna actually show up for this. Uh, yeah.
I've been afraid with that when I started my digital marketing career, like with copywriting. How am
Mhm.
I going to let other people write my words?
Yeah.
And then I realized it was like, whoa, controlling much? You can write in somebody else's voice. What do you think script writers do for TV? What the hell?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
I met someone who I wanted to work with, and I'm like, how did you let go of this part of your event and give it to me? And he said, I didn't. I was like, you sure? Because I worked on this event with you. And he's like, well, I asked somebody about you. I asked you about your work. You showed me how to run the programs. And then I let go. I was like, oh, okay. He said, so I didn't just meet you and trust you right away. I was like, okay, I understand the
No, I
process
bet
now.
you, honey.
Yeah.
I make sure you can do your work before I let go. That's a
Yeah.
great way. Yeah. It's hard to delegate. Look, it's so hard. I'm a control freak. I get it. I get it. I'm such a control freak that when I attend events of other people, I have to psychologically talk to my subconscious and say, you are not the event planner.
Yeah.
You're not here to criticize, you're here to experience. But I also spy with my little eye and I take notes. And I say, I wouldn't have done that like that. I would have done it like this.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I
that's
do that.
learning. Don't,
See,
but in another mentality.
I do that too in a lot of different things, not just with events. I do it with graphics. I do it with photography. So yeah, I can't help it.
And then like,
So
and then, yeah, but architects, right? To like, and make people understand, like, if they don't understand that, it's like, but if an architect sees a building created wrong and he designed it perfectly, he's going to be upset at the other person, right? But if it's slanted and it's like the engineer is going to be upset, right? Because the other person, he could have done it better. We are all like that. I think we're all like that. So we just have to forgive ourselves.
I feel a little better now.
We have to forgive ourselves and just try to disconnect
Yeah.
because
So
other people are talented.
I think you have an event coming up soon. Is that right?
I have a challenge.
Woo!
Yes. Woo!
Would you tell
So
us about
March
it?
21st, it's free.
Okay.
And you can only register through my chatbots. And I'm not trying to make your life difficult, but I'm trying to show you what we're going to do with your audience. Because we show people what to do. We taught them how to sign up with email. Why don't we teach them how to sign up with having a conversation with us and giving us their email there? Because conversations are so important. And also, so March 21st, it's called Fill Up Your Virtual Event. It's a challenge. It's a 7-day challenge, but we're going to have the weekend as a break because I want you to work. This is a workshop challenge. You're not here just to listen to information. I do not do that. Like I said at the beginning, I'm blunt. So I'm the same with my content. I'm going to give you all the meat and potatoes. I'm not going to leave anything behind. I'm going to show you everything, and I'm going to give you my YouTube channel. I show everything on my YouTube channel. I believe information should be free. What's not free is my time.
Yeah.
But information is free. What's not free are my $1 million ideas. Hell no. Right? But I want to share, like, this is for advanced people. So I've been seeing a lot, like, online. I don't know if you noticed, but I'm going to give you a tip if you're trying to build something online right now. If you've noticed, there's so many things for newbies. But what about the intermediate and advanced?
Oh yeah. If I could high five you, I would.
So I said, this is my people. They need my help. So we're going to go over your funnel that includes your event and where your event is located and how we're going to market it, because marketing is the foundation. We're going to go through your social media marketing plan. I'm going to show you a flow of the things you could do besides emailing. You have to email. Yes, email is important. But also, I want to show you how to create an irresistible experience. That includes my formula, and we're going to talk about the 3 G's of fun, because we had to create fun and entertainment. How are we going to add that? How do we going to create a show? Because we're creating a show. We're not creating a Zoom meeting. What the heck? And like, no. And to make your event better. Because if your event is better, and then your communication is better, your marketing is going to be better, and then we're going to fill up the event easier. And after we're done with that foundation, I'm going to show you omni-channel communication. So it's like a full course workshop. It's crazy. It's going to be intense because this is for advanced people. We are going to add omni-channel communication to your summits, to your challenges, to your live events, to your workshops. And we're going to have people joining through Instagram, through Messenger, through Telegram, through WhatsApp, through wherever you want it to, through SMS. Now, SMS, I don't teach it a lot because it's very, not global. And I believe in creating global businesses. There's so many people around the world that need you. And I'm trying to show Americans and Canadians that there's more than you guys around that need you. Right? SMS is expensive also. So,
Yeah.
so we can use other tools that are free, and yeah, okay, fine, they're Zuckerberg's. Yeah, okay, fine, they are somebody else's, right? But they help us communicate with our audience where they're at. So during the challenge, I'm going to show you the importance of it, all the channels, and we're going to create one. We're going to do one. We're gonna do your registration flow in the managed chat in Messenger or in Instagram, or only first in Messenger, because then you have to apply to Instagram. Like, you have to apply to get access to these tools. Like, they will give you access, but we have to create your first ones in Messenger. And I'm gonna show you how to apply to the other channels. But we're going to help you fill up your event. So if you have an event coming up, you need to be in this challenge because it's going to help you with your next event. And if if you can't do all of it, because sometimes we need to do more than one flow for registration, right? I'm going to have a VIP day available or a one-to-one available. So that's the challenge. It's going to be March 21st to March 29, and we're probably going to extend it to March 30 if you want laser. If you guys are excited and doing the work, I'm gonna give you the gift of laser coaching, and I'm gonna like go into your bot and like help you fix whatever is wrong. So,
Nice.
but that's the incentive. If everybody's working, if everybody's showing their homework, right? It's a collective work. I want the whole community to win. So we're not leaving anybody behind.
Yeah.
I want everybody to like learn this, and no excuses. You could do
Yeah,
75 hard, you could do this.
I was just about to say, if everybody doesn't do it, but I do mine, can they just be left out? But you said nobody gets left behind. So
I don't want to leave anybody left behind. That's going to be the mission. At the end, if we leave some soldiers behind, I mean, it's war or casualties.
yeah. You know,
Yeah. But
the slide,
the sentiment is I don't want to leave anybody behind.
that's really good and thoughtful. I was like, if I put in all this work and they don't do it, and I won't get the laser coaching, and I'm like, oh no.
No,
But
no, 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 of course. But it has to be at least a like this is to incentivize you to incentivize others as well to do the work and like help out. Because I want to encourage that teamwork, because teamwork makes the dream work.
that's true.
And the
You get
right
so much more
team,
stuff done when there's other people around you helping and doing the same thing, trying to
just like
reach.
when we're in school, did we all finish the project? Yes, we did. We all had a deadline. Is the project perfect for everybody? Nah. Not everybody gets A plus,
Yeah.
but most of everybody can pass nicely and do it good when it's online. There's no test, guys. There's no anxiety that it's going to be all wrong. If it's all wrong, I'll tell you and we'll fix it.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to die, I promise. We're going to go through technology and we're going to do a technology. And if you don't want to come and you want to send a team member to come to the challenge, that's also fine. It's free. Just go to my Instagram, irresistible Latina, or you can go to bit.ly/, I forgot. Give me a second.
Well, if you send me the link, I will post it everywhere this video
Yeah,
will show.
yeah. So it's gonna be intense. But I want to serve the community so that there's less anxiety with the are people gonna show up or blah blah blah. Right? I want to like give you peace of mind, peace of mind. Okay, we're gonna tweak it, we're gonna create some technology, we're gonna spice it up, spice it up.
All right. Sounds really good. So
I
March
hope you come.
21st, 7 days.
7 days. We'll go an hour and a half if you guys have questions, Q&A at the end. um I think I said 12 Central
Okay.
because there's gonna be a time change, and now unfortunately I'm not gonna be in Central Time anymore.
Okay.
So sad. So sad.
It's gonna be all right. So Anna, let people know where they can reach you. What social platform is your hangout spot?
I'm been hanging out in Clubhouse and on
Okay.
Instagram a lot. I'm on Facebook all the person. I might be an older millennial probably because I love Facebook. But I've been hanging out a lot in Clubhouse. If you want to have a conversation, I'm there twice a week in my club, Irresistible Events. Just look it up. It's called Irresistible Events. You can find me with my name, Ana Andrea. I didn't go with my usual username, which is Irresistible Latina. You can find me on Instagram like that. And I hang out there, and I bring speakers like Erica brings speakers in her audience too. Like I bring speakers, I talk by myself. I also some of my colleagues come. I love to bring in my colleagues because we all have different experiences. We all have different takeaways, and we all have we can all work together. I think that I haven't found anyone in the event industry that has kept a secret away from me and like not tell me something like it would be selfish or none of that. None of that. And I'm so grateful. And it's because we've connected online in a virtual event, in a virtual space. So we've been honest with each other, and like we were I think it's been a great community. I think it's been a great community. So you can find me there in Clubhouse and Instagram.
All right. Well, Anna, I appreciate you sharing your time and knowledge with us. Oh,
Thank you for
and
having
I
me.
hope I'm glad you came. And like you gave generous information. So yeah, good for us.
Always, always. No fluff, no fluff.
All right. Well, thanks, Anna.
You're welcome.
I'm trying to yeah.
There we go.